Hello there my fellow Holo table heroes, and welcome to another Grand Arena guide video. Now hate it or love it, when you're in carbon you will have to now place 3 fleets on defense. So in this video I want to talk about and show you some of the new features on my SWGOH Live website that will hopefully making planning your Grand Arena defense and offense a bit easier now with these extra fleets. So the first one, pretty straightforward, as you can see now here on my attack phase planner on my Grand Arena screen here. On my website, again, double link in the description below to the tool if you want to go ahead and check it out. So now when you do choose Kyber League, you will now have 3 fleets there to take care of, whereas obviously the other ones have 2, or if you go further down the league, 1. So just I know, small change there. I also adjusted the banner count here as well as you're going through making your attacks, calculating the banners. Obviously it's been updated as well to count for an extra fleet, as well as more points that the fleet zone now grants. Alright, so now going more to the juicy updates here. So the fleet counters and guides. So this is what I have before. Obviously do have guides for different kinds of fleets, and then you can search how to counter a specific fleet. So for example, I've got quite a few here ways to take down different negotiator lineups. Now there's a bit of a caveat with a lot of these videos for the time being, is that obviously we do have new ships now. So when going up against Redis, Finalizer or Chimera, or potentially Executrix, we do have now obviously TIE Echelon, Star Fortress, and as well TIE Interceptor, that some of these battles might play out slightly differently, but at least, you know, for reference, they're there. And as I'm going through Grand Arena rounds and have a chance to re-record some of these battles with these new ships, how to use them on offense or how to deal with them on defense, I'll be updating those guides as I go along. And now I want to take some time to show you and talk about a brand new feature, the fleet loadouts. So the idea behind this is that obviously now we do have to place 3 teams on defense, 3 fleets on defense, and defeat 3 on offense. It's a bit of a question what to do, what to place on defense, what to place on offense. So this is kind of like a 2-step here, if you think really guide. So one is, if you just want a very quick reference guide, you can just go ahead and download it here. So let me just zoom in a bit so you can actually see better. So the idea behind quick reference guide is that you just kind of follow certain path here, and it tells you as you go along what to put on defense. So for example, if you do have 7-star echelon, then I would just suggest go ahead, put executor on defense, because with a 7-star echelon you'll be able to take out any sort of executors easily. If not, then obviously as your first defense, just go ahead, you can put down Chimera. And depending on, you know, yes or no, you then just kind of follow down the path there. So let's say you do have 7-star echelon, then the next question is, do you have a relic Bistan? If the answer is yes, then you can go ahead, set negotiator on defense as well, because if you do have a relic Bistan, then obviously your rebels will be able to take down Malevolence. If not, set down Redis and move on. Now the next question is, do you have TIE Interceptor, for example? This is if you answer both yes, you're still on the yellow path, so obviously you follow the yellow line there. And if you do have TIE Interceptor, you can go ahead and place Malevolence on defense as well, because then you will be able to use Chimera to take down negotiators. Because, you know, the whole this quick reference guide and the fleet loads guide that I'll show you afterwards is based on the assumption that kind of, you know, here the defense meta in Grand Arena will become, people will be putting down executors, negotiators, and Malevolence. So kind of, you know, the 3 hardest ships really to take out on defense to try and stop you from clearing. Obviously putting Malevolence on defense, if you do have a 7-star echelon, is completely viable. If you do not have a 7-star echelon, then you may want to keep your Malevolence to take down executors. It really depends your strategy, but there you go. Whatever, you know, you want to do, kind of hopefully this quick reference guide will just kind of let you know what I suggest you put on defense, that you have enough left for offense so you can clear worst case scenario where you have to take down executor, negotiator, and Malevolence. Also I will put a straight link to this quick reference guide where you can download it from this page. Again, link in the description below so you can visit and download it here from my website if you want to do that. now let's go ahead a little bit more here in detail, just showing you how this fleet loadout works. So quick reference guide aside, you actually have 3 questions you need to answer here. So this is what we were before looking here, these questions there, but here they're just kind of presented in an interactive way. So let's say, no, I do not have a 7-star tie echelon. I'm just doing this for me now personally. Do you have Relic Beaston and Scarish Pathfinder? I do not. How will it be the Exactor? I can use Malevolence to do that, or Mirror, whatever I choose. Let's say I will choose to use Malevolence. So there you go, 3 questions to answer, and then I can go ahead and view my loadout. So this suggested loadout is based on the 3 questions I filled in before. So the suggestions for the defense loadout here is quite simply put the Executor, the starting lineup, and obviously the 2 reinforcements. That's all what you will need. Then put down Chimera here, starting lineup, and then the reinforcement. Obviously, if you do have TIE Interceptor, you put TIE Interceptor, otherwise you can put something else in there. And then finally Radus as well, you can put these guys down on defense. Obviously these are just suggestions. If you have a different kind of lineup of Executor, Chimera, and Radus, you can, you know, mix it up however you like, to be honest. It's really down to you. This is purely kind of a suggestion. And now moving on, I also kind of put together the fleet offense loadout, again based on, you know, what you put on defense, and again under the assumption that you will need to clear Executor, Negotiator, and Malevolence on defense. So based on this selection, my loadout would be as follows. Here is the Malevolence lineup I would use to go versus Executors, and whenever I do have some sort of video already available, there's going to be a little video icon that you can click on, and it will take you to one of my videos where I show you, for example here, how to use Malevolence to take down Executor. Again, these videos will be updated as Grand Arena you know, will come now, and we'll have different fleets, and once we figure out what the defense meta will be, not all of them will have video, some of them do, but obviously the goal here is that slowly all of these will have videos, so you can go ahead and watch them for reference. So in this case, I did keep Negotiator for the offense because I do not have Relic Beaston and Pathfinder, which means I will have to use my Negotiator to take down Malevolence if my opponent puts that on defense. Again, kind of suggested lineup here, Negotiator. Again, you can use different Negotiator lineup if you do want. Again, all these lineups, fleet loadout, I will be tweaking them a little bit as the Grand Arena progresses, just to see, you know, which one works best. Hence the beta tag right up there. This is just the initial version. Obviously it will need some testing, and obviously always appreciate feedback from all of you guys here, how I can make this even better and more useful for everybody. Moving on, the next of here fleet for the offense in this particular case would be the Finalizer, with a, you know, it's not a 7-star tie echelon, and these guys can take out Negotiator or Chimera. So hopefully it'll be enough. And then obviously we do have one cleanup fleet here with Rebels without, because to be honest, you know, Rebels without Relic Beaston, they're more of a cleanup material than really, you know, at this point in our meta, I think. And then I would still have 2 burner fleets there, so in case, you know, you do need to burn off like some of the special ability cooldowns. I know like some people, instead of just sending Malevolence in, I know, because these Malevolence battles can go horribly wrong and you just get totally destroyed without taking out a ship. So if you don't mind, you know, just having a 2-shot, it's much safer to send in a burner fleet, get those, you know, special abilities exhausted from the enemies, and then you can just send in Malevolence and, you know, have a guaranteed 2-shot really. Or you can do something similar versus, for example, Negotiator and things like that, you know, so you do have kind of 2 burner fleets that are available still to do. All right, so that's how it works really. I can just do another one just so that you can see different a little bit. So let's say, yes, you do have tie echelon. Let's say you've got everything, right? Yes, you do have this guy, and yes, you do have, oh, let's say, no, I do not have TIE Interceptor, just for the fun of it, that you can see different results now. So again, we end up here placing Executor on defense, and this time Negotiator goes on defense as well, and Chimera. And then this would be your offense loadout. Obviously with 7-star tie echelon, you will want to use it versus executor if your opponent has put it down. Malevolence is great versus negotiator. And then home one, when you do have relic based stun, obviously you can use that versus Malevolence and Negotiator as well. And in this case, Radus becomes your cleanup fleet, and again you are left here with 2 burner fleets. So if we look another option here, let's say no, I do not have tie echelon. I do have relic based stun, and I will actually do, let's say I'm going to do mirror executors because that's what I feel most comfortable with doing. In this case, obviously the defense would look like Negotiator on defense, Malevolence on defense, and then Chimera. And then essentially you are going to probably want to do executor, do versus executor, do a mirror match. And then your finalizer here can take care of Negotiator, and because you have relic based stun, if your opponent does put Malevolence on defense, you can go ahead and use home one, and again left with 1 cleanup fleet here and 2 burner fleets if you need them to use for something. So there you go guys, lots of different combinations. Obviously each combination of these different questions will give you a different fleet loadout. So please go ahead, check it out guys. Let me know what you think. Do you find this useful? Is there anything you would like here to be added in the future to make this more useful and helpful? As always, let me know in the comments below or on my Discord server. But until then, have fun, enjoy your life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.